So today we're going to be talking about finance models and how we use exponents and logs to find out about how much interest a loan that we would have to pay on a loan or how much interest a savings account would generate. And so we're going to be looking at several formulas that banks would use to calculate either how much they have to pay you or how much you have to pay them. So let's get started. So first of all is the simple interest formula. In other words, if you pay, if you put in $100 into an account and it's simple interest and the rate is 5%, then after the certain amount of time that the money is in there, then you would end up getting $105. And then, if it was yearly, if you left it in for another year, you would get another $5. So you would end up with $110 after 2 years. So to be honest, banks don't actually use simple interest formula, but it is a good starting point. So the interest will be equal to the principal times the rate times the time. So I stands for interest, and that's what, the extra amount that the money generates. The P is what we use for the initial amount that is called the principal in finance, in money models. So the principal, and that's the initial amount of money. Remember how in the science applications we used A naught, right? That's the A naught. So initial amount. And then R is equal to the interest rate. And that has to be in a decimal. So most of the time they're going to tell you that as a percent, like 5%, and then you're going to use 0.05 in your equation. And then T is the time, and that time can actually be in any units. It's just usually given in the problem. So let's do a quick example then of simple interest. So just part A right here. So if you invest $1,000 at an annual rate of 3%, then compare the following amounts after 5 years. Okay, so really in this problem for all the parts, we're going to be given all the parts and we just find the final amount that the bank would pay us at the end of the 5 years. For simple interest, we are looking for the interest, and we know that the principal is the initial amount, and that is that $1,000. And then we're going to multiply that by the rate. Now, if the interest rate is 3%, that's the same as 0.03 in a decimal. You're going to take the 3% and divide it by 100. So that's times 0.03, and then times the time of 5 years. If we multiply that out, we get $150. Okay, now obviously that $150 is actually the interest. It is not, obviously if you have $1,000, you also get the $1,000 back. So the total amount after 5 years, the amount at time 5, is equal to $1,150.